Right now, somewhere on Earth, a tourist is standing at the edge of a place that has already killed someone before them. Not in a war zone, not in a disaster area, but at a famous destination people travel thousands of miles to see. These are not legends. These are real places where beauty and danger exist side by side. Welcome to Atlas Unseen, the channel that explores the world's most extreme and mysterious places. Subscribe and hit like if you enjoy discovering the side of Earth most travel guides avoid. And stay until number 1, because the most dangerous destination on this list might surprise you. Every year, millions of people travel the world chasing adventure. But some destinations are far more dangerous than they appear. From deadly cliffs to radioactive islands, these are the 15 most dangerous tourist attractions in the world. Let's begin. Towering more than 200 meters above the Atlantic Ocean, the Cliffs of Moher are one of Ireland's most famous landscapes. But the edges in many areas are unstable and unprotected. Powerful winds can arrive suddenly, strong enough to knock people off balance. Every year, tourists step past safety barriers for photos, and some never step back. The Huashan Plank Walk is often called the most terrifying hike on Earth. Visitors walk across narrow wooden planks bolted directly into a cliff nearly 2,000 meters above the ground. The only thing between them and the drop is a chain fixed into the rock. Thrill seekers line up daily for the experience, even though the mountain has a long history of fatal accidents. Once known as the most dangerous road on Earth, Bolivia's Yungas Road carved its way along steep Andean cliffs with no guardrails. For decades, buses and trucks regularly plunged off its edges, killing hundreds each year. Today, it's mostly closed to traffic, but has become a legendary downhill mountain biking route. Cyclists still race down it at high speeds, inches from a deadly drop. Rising from the Atlantic Ocean like a jagged fortress, Skellig Michael is home to an ancient monastery built over 1,000 years ago. Reaching it requires a boat trip through rough seas, followed by climbing 618 steep stone steps carved into the rock. There are no railings and the steps are often wet and slippery. A single misstep can send someone tumbling toward the ocean below. At the very edge of Victoria Falls, one of the largest waterfalls on Earth, there is a natural rock pool where tourists actually swim. Known as Devil's Pool, it sits just meters from a 108-meter drop. A rock barrier keeps swimmers from going over, but currents can shift unpredictably. Guides lead visitors there during the dry season, but the margin for error is terrifyingly small. Off the coast of Brazil lies Ilha de Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. It's home to thousands of golden lancehead vipers, one of the most venomous snakes on Earth. The density of snakes here is so extreme that Brazil has banned tourists from visiting. Researchers are among the only people allowed on the island, and even they arrive with full protective gear. Hidden deep inside Dominica's rainforest is a lake that literally boils. The boiling lake sits in a volcanic vent where underground gases heat the water to near boiling temperatures. Steam constantly rises from the surface, and the lake's center is dangerously unstable. Even reaching it requires a long hike across sulfur-filled valleys and fragile volcanic terrain. In the remote Karakoram Mountains stand the Trango Towers, home to the tallest near-vertical rock walls on Earth. The Great Trango Tower features a sheer granite face nearly 1,340 meters high. Climbers attempting it spend days suspended on ropes far above the glacier below. Weather changes quickly here, and rescue options are extremely limited. From above, Lake Natron looks stunning, glowing shades of red, pink, and orange across the Rift Valley. But its waters are extremely alkaline, with a pH strong enough to cause chemical burns. Animals that die in the lake can become calcified, preserved by the minerals in the water. It's one of the most surreal and hostile environments on Earth. Mount Nyiragongo contains the largest active lava lake on the planet. Visitors can hike to the rim and watch molten lava churning hundreds of meters below. But this volcano is unpredictable. Eruptions in 1977, 2002, and 2021 caused massive destruction. When Nyiragongo awakens, lava can move shockingly fast. In the middle of the Karakum Desert burns a crater known as the Gates of Hell. Created in 1971 after a Soviet drilling accident, the pit filled with methane gas and was set on fire. Scientists expected the flames to burn out in weeks. More than 50 years later, the crater is still burning, a glowing inferno in the desert. Half Dome in Yosemite National Park attracts thousands of hikers each year. But the final climb involves pulling yourself up steep granite using steel cables. The rock surface is smooth and slippery when wet, and the drop on both sides is severe. Several fatal falls have occurred here, especially during sudden storms. Deep in Ethiopia's Afar Depression lies Erta Ale, one of the few volcanoes on Earth with a permanent lava lake. Reaching it requires crossing scorching lava fields where temperatures can exceed 50 degrees Celsius. The region has also seen attacks on tourist groups in the past. Between extreme heat, toxic gases, and isolation, this is not a casual destination. Between 1946 and 1958, the United States detonated 23 nuclear weapons at Bikini Atoll. Today, divers visit the lagoon to explore sunken warships left from those tests. The wrecks are spectacular, but the area still contains measurable radioactive contamination. Even local food sources remain unsafe to eat decades later. The Danakil Depression is one of the most hostile environments on Earth. Located below sea level where three tectonic plates meet, temperatures here often rise well above 50 degrees Celsius. Within the region lies Dalal, a surreal landscape of acid pools, salt formations, and toxic gas vents. The ground can be thin enough to collapse into boiling hydrothermal systems, and the air contains dangerous concentrations of sulfur and chlorine gases. Add political instability and past attacks on tourists, and the Danakil Depression becomes something few places on Earth can match, a landscape that feels less like our planet and more like the surface of another world. Those were 15 tourist destinations where the line between beauty and danger is razor thin. If you enjoyed exploring the world's most extreme places, like the video and subscribe to Atlas Unseen for more journeys into the planet's most mysterious locations. And tell us in the comments, which place surprised you the most, and which one would you actually dare to visit? Stay curious, stay careful, and we'll see you in the next adventure.